All I've got to do is to protect this tower from those slimes for 5 minutes. Given that they're slimes, just dump a bunch of salt on the ground, they'll melt. And I can use lollipops and chocolates and golf balls. We killed 0 slimes on the first run, so we have $0 to spend on upgrades. But if you read carefully, the mouse attacks at the mouse's position. So I just dive bomb the slimes manually, and then we can actually kill a few. And I'm going to survive very slightly longer. That means I can get more damage. And with a little more efficient play, I can get the slimes way out there. I just cannot waste any of my shots. Can I hit 2 at once? I can. Oh, we're already going to survive the 5 minutes. We're going to be rich after this. Oh, I should have done the multi-shot. $50. I've never been so rich. We'll take $15 fire rate upgrade. And straight back to work. Wow, that's quite a fire increase. We're a machine gun suddenly. We get overwhelmed so easily. Like, these things are just non-stop piling into my base. Stop touching my tower. I worked hard on that. We've unlocked the Seeker because we played 4 runs. I'm sure that's all well and good. I've got $100, so we're going to get 1 damage and 1 fire rate upgrade. I just want to try this before we unlock the next weapon. This is much better. We are absolutely destroying slimes. I guess we're automatically firing with the Seeker as well. I didn't notice that was firing out of there, but we're firing purple orbs at the slimes. It's sort of like cannibalism. We're firing little blobs of slimes at the slimes, murdering with their own babies. There's a great big cluster we just destroyed. The tower is fallen. We only got through 36 seconds, but we did get $145. So the Seeker shoots at the nearest target. Its damage can be upgraded for only $10 and then $50 and then $35 for the fire rate. So it'll be doing a lot more damage again. It's almost one-shotting the slimes. I'm not sure I've ever been quite so proud of purple balls. The 30-second mark, they're definitely coming on strong. So we're gonna get destroyed. Not to worry, we made $205. So we'll get a damage upgrade for the Seeker and then take a moment to sit here and wish we had more money. And then we'll get started. The Seeker is one-shotting the slimes though. That's very helpful. If we get it to also fire faster, it will do a lot of the work for me. Thinking about it, it would obviously be a lot better too if I could one-shot enemies. We've also got multi-shot unlocked. I don't think we get to use it. Oh, we do get to use it already. It's basically a shotgun coming out of the tower. The slimes are getting stronger as we go. At first we could almost one-shot them. Now we're 3-shotting them. But we're up to almost 40 seconds now. My extra triple shot thing is helping. The tower gets destroyed so quickly. It only takes a few slimes. Multi-shot is pretty cheap to upgrade. At least it can get more damage and more projectiles. The fire rate going up should be big too. Given how many things it can fire at once, I'm going to take the Seeker fire rate up. That can't hurt one little bit. Now it's firing 4 projectiles, so it shouldn't miss, especially up close. The Seeker is actually going crazy too. It's like a machine gun. I barely even touch the slimes myself anymore. 45 seconds before the slime starts touching the wall on this one, but that's okay. That's much better and much more money. I'm going to turn the Seeker fire rate up because that's obviously so good. And then with the 75 remaining dollars, we're going to get bigger area for my mouse projectiles. Now we actually have a legit AoE. It's still not huge, but as the slimes get closer, they'll be more bunched together because geometry. I sort of wish there was a fast forward button once you start getting into the game because the first 30 seconds is going to start to get pretty repetitive. We're easily destroying the slimes now though, especially as they get closer. I can actually hit multiple of them at once, and that's really important because they really chew through my tower. But we hit the 1 minute mark officially. We even make it a little bit past there. Doing my best to keep up, but it's inevitable. We have unlocked swords. A defensive sword that only attacks enemies in range of your tower. That's going to be bigly helpful also. It could have more damage, more fire rate probably, and more damage again. $60 left over, but that's not actually enough for anything. We have unlocked passives though. Getting an extra coin per defeated enemy for 500. I need that. So let's get to saving. The current rate is 5 coins per idiot murdered. The slimes are getting close near the 50-second mark. We'll hopefully see that sword come into action soon. Hopefully it doesn't not do anything. Okay, I see the sword now. It does come out and stab them. They have to sit there for a second before it activates, but a stabbing is a stabbing, so we won't complain. They're starting to chew down my tower very quickly, but look at that money rolling in. I want to kill that cluster. We got $440 on that. There are some passives we can get. I think right away I'm actually going to double my base's HP for 300. That still leaves us with $140, plus we'll survive a little bit longer. We're getting some unlucky spawns on this one. The slimes are definitely coming in from all different sides, which makes them hard to deal with. But we very quickly broke the 1 minute mark. If we gotta make it past 110, we'll get a new record. But it's not going to be much past that. If we make it at all, they're coming in fast. We need so many more weapons. Well, we've done it. $530. So that means we get an extra coin per defeated enemy. That's a 20% increase to our earnings. And then we only have $30 left over after that, so it's right back to work. Well, we did unlock an EMP. We only needed to gain enough coins to unlock that. I think that this goes off once in a while and probably has an AoE around the base of the tower. Coming up in the 1 minute 10 mark, and we're still going pretty strong. The EMP seems to be helping. Definitely want to get it stronger though, but we're gonna make all sorts of money. 1 minute and 20. $540 for a single run is noticeable improvement. The EMP needs both damage and fire rate. Those things are all getting expensive. Multi-shot also needs more fire rate. And now we only have $140 left, which means we actually can't afford a single thing. Oh, that's not true. We can get thorns. Enemies that deal damage to the base take equal damage. Oh, and that unlocked bouncer because we unlocked enough passives. Shoots a bouncing projectile around the room. Sounds like the kind of chaotic nonsense I could appreciate. Those are the ones that look like golf balls, so they're just gonna sort of do a lot of chaotic damage. The first 30 seconds, like, it's hard for me to even hit enemies because everything else just kills them so fast. Passing the 1 minute mark, everything's going very well this time. The EMP is certainly doing some added damage. The bouncers, I'm sure, are helping. The problem is they're so chaotic that, like, there could be a lot of help or there could be no help, and that simply depends on luck. We are making it considerably further though. Yeah, especially because the slimes also hurt themselves when they touch the tower. Obviously we need to take damage to give that damage, but so be it. At least they're getting hurt. We'll make a little bit more money. 1 minute 30. We get $700. EMP actually damages all enemies on screen, so let's increase its damage and fire rate. That's just going to soften everything up. Multi-shot is going to get more damage and projectiles as well. Only $50 left over, so it's straight back to work. Oh, we'll take damage on our bouncer. Bouncer's probably going to get leftover things because it deserves leftovers. It's just not that good in my opinion. Maybe one day I'll learn to love the bouncer, but for now it just seems too chaotic. The 1 minute and 30 mark, yeah, we're starting to get swarmed once again, but we're doing a little bit better. Every time we get an upgrade, we notice the difference. Definitely swarmed now, though. I did also notice impatience starts an additional minute, does not trigger minute passive. We don't have that anyway, but if we can skip the first minute, I'll take it. Our earnings might be decreased per run right now, but we'll do better long term because we kill more slimes per second. Probably. We're going to get more area for our mouse attack because at the end we're just getting overrun by all of them. The bouncer is going to get an increase to duration because it's the only thing I can afford. So now we're starting 1 minute in. We don't get any earnings for that first minute, but look at all the slimes we get. So we'll make a lot more per minute rather than per run. The slimes are definitely a lot tougher starting at the minute mark. But look at the size of our explosion now too. We'll be able to do tons of damage to a lot more slimes this way. This might be the single biggest increase we've had. And I don't need to all the way kill the slimes because the EMP and thorns will get a lot of them as well. We're up to minute 40 already. So much better. Look at all that damage. Look at the AoE. Oh, we're going to make so much money off this clump. Yeah, that's better. We made it to almost 2 minutes. Plus we still made $500 and we skipped the first minute. Should we make it bigger? Well, let's take more damage and fire rate. And then we're going back to our beloved bouncer. We'll take more damage for that. That really efficiently used all our money though, so that's neat. Now we're raining fireballs down. Yeah, this is a little bit easier. If we make them bigger again, it'll be even stupider. But for now, this will carry us quite a bit further. It is also the one thing that I actually control, so I can sort of dictate what slimes are prioritizing. I think everything else just goes for whatever's closest, which generally is a good thing to prioritize. But sometimes when there's a lot of things close, we'll pick the weakest one. Only $480 to spend this time. Let's take more damage from the Seeker and faster fire rate from the swords. Since so many things get so close, the more swords we can have, certainly the better it's going to be. Minute 40 is when things really start to get tense. I think these things all spawn in at about the minute 30 mark and just slowly make their way towards my beloved castle. I'm just going to lob AoE down on this big cluster because we're about dead anyway. $576. More damage for the mouse and more damage for the multi-shot. It's going to be a pretty big damage increase for me too. These things are going so quick as well. These slimes really feel like an unstoppable force though. We can not even last 2 minutes so far and they're very basic slimes. 141, this is kind of a bad spawn. They're coming from all sides, so it's hard to sort of quickly take them away. But the better sword actually really did make quick work of them. I think it's got penetrating stab, so we can get a whole bunch at once. Now we're going to make an investment. $350, small chance to gain extra coins per defeated enemy. We're left with very few options after that, aside from maybe Bouncer. Faster fire rate, more speed. It said extra coins per enemy. That was actually 9 coins, so that was 50% more. I didn't realize it was that high. Might have done that sooner. But I don't know how often that's going to go off. Okay, one of them just gave me 14. So it's actually a really big increase. I thought it'd only be 1 or 2. I'm getting way too invested in this already. The slimes are piling up, a lot coming from one side. I'm just going to focus on this cluster to maximize our earnings. $680, I think it's working. Should we make it even bigger? I don't know if that's worth it. Let's take fire rate for now, and let's increase the EMP damage. I suspect those 2 things will make a big difference as well. The fire rate feels better. It's very, very, very quick. We're at the 1 minute 40 mark, and we're actually going really strong right now. Thanks to my upgraded EMP, thanks to my upgraded everything really, but the extra fire rate for my mouse thing definitely helps a lot. This is a pretty good spawn overall. The slimes are somewhat clustered. Whoa, we're gonna die so quickly now. It's really hard to hit the 2 minute mark. Multi-shot is getting an increase to fire rate. I feel like that can hit a lot of different things. Bouncer can get an increase to duration. It's all gonna make a difference and we're gonna need them all eventually. We're getting pretty close to the 2 minute mark. Coming up to 1 minute 50, doing definitely better, but at this point this slime's really swarm. We need so much AoE to be able to deal with this. Actually, we're gonna get reasonably close. 156, $880. So we're gonna take more mouse. Look at our mouse attack. Suddenly its stats are almost full. Multi-shot, we're gonna take more projectiles as well. Now we're doing massive AoE. We're gonna be able to kill a lot of slimes. 1 minute 50 mark. The extra AoE is definitely helping a lot. Wonder if we can just sit right here and like get all sides of it. I don't know if it's big enough. Needless to say, that didn't work. So we're gonna take more damage and more fire rate for my Seeker. That thing's like a machine gun now. It's so quick. That's going to be hugely helpful. We're now at the 140 minute mark and it doesn't feel like it thanks to my upgraded Seeker. Now it feels like the 150 mark though. I'm going to just focus on the biggest clusters to try and thin them out because I can. We'll hopefully let the Seeker carry us through the rest of the problems. 158, 158. Well, let's just make it even quicker then. That's going to get stupid. It is even quicker. It's a laser beam of balls. And laser balls activate. And the Seeker doesn't even have full damage upgrades yet either. But I have a feeling it will soon. It seems to be our single most powerful thing aside from myself right now. And the Seeker might still be more useful. The game would probably be better without me. Wow, that's just a really bad spawn. But we've unlocked the beam. Sends a beam that slows enemies. That's all really expensive. We also can't afford the next Seeker thing. Well, let's spend $450 upgrading the beam. We still have $335 left over. I don't know how many enemies the beam can hit, but hopefully as many as possible in a straight line. Once we do start making it a little bit deeper too, we'll make so much more money. I saw the beam go off into a cluster of them. It looks like it does penetrate like indefinitely. 150, we're getting pretty swarmed already, but sometimes it feels that way that we last a super long time. It's not much help slowing the enemies at this point, although we're looking not bad actually. 158, 159. We did it. We hit 2 minutes. So we've unlocked runes. Oh, we got so much stuff to look at now. Where are runes? What are runes? Oh, I found it. A rotating projectile that damages on contact. That sounds fun and all. I want fireballs for my mouse. Mortar unlocked. Oh, okay. I guess we also just unlocked a mortar, coincidentally. Because we have this fully upgraded, I guess we get an evolution, which makes sense. I thought it was hard to get to 2 minutes given what we had to work with. So things can evolve. So we can have blockade, adds 3 rotating projectiles around a mouse position, or mouse automatically shoots a projectile at the nearest target. I think I want blockade. Let's give that a try. Yeah, we're just like an explosion of fireballs now, so that should hopefully carry us a little bit further. The runes and mortar are also going off. It's getting a little bit chaotic, so it's hard to see each individual thing we add, but I think it's pretty safe to say we're going to break 2 minutes. I think it would be hard to fail getting to 2 minutes suddenly. Defense unlocked. We defeated 2,000 enemies. Now we have a dome over our thing. I think that's probably just a bit of a shield, so enemies have to get through that before actually touching our tower itself. Yeah, this is much better now. We got lots of extra damage going out. Yeah, there's 2 minutes and our tower has barely been touched, but the horde of slimes is going to get closer. Closer and closer and closer, but look at all of our money we're getting. That's much, much easier. So the problem is when they all get swarmed up like this, if we can't kill them or penetrate through them or AoE them, they're going to destroy our tower fast. I did notice pierce. All single target projectiles can hit 1 additional enemy before dying. So it's a single pierce. $1,500 is worth it. Let's get multi-shot to max damage and then get right back to work. It feels a little easier again as we're getting close to the 2 minute mark. I'm starting to get stressed about all the things we need to upgrade now. I think the mortar and AoE things are going to come in handy now, but we do have the extra penetrate. That was the single big upgrade we got last time, so we're actually clearing these idiots out a lot quicker. Just trying to keep the mouse over the biggest cluster of them. We're dead again. 2 minutes, 26 seconds. But for $1,000, we get the Seeker max level, which gives it its evolution. Evolution means it pierces through all targets or has a chance to explode on impact. I want to try the pierce. I worry the explosion is going to be small, so it's only going to hit enemies directly in the area. Pierce, they're going to fly all the way out to the end of the map and hit new enemies spawning in. We can always swap that back and forth as we like to for different builds. Oh, we can also get multi-shot to max level. So we can get back shot, shoots the same number of projectiles in the opposite direction, or shoots much quicker projections in a spiral. Let's try the minigun. The runes need some upgrades. They start quite cheap. Extra damage for 50, extra projectiles for 50. Extra projectiles for 100. New evolutions are going to make a big difference. We just have a lot of projectiles going out. I don't know if I actually have to help until at least the 2 minute mark. Before this is where we're getting absolutely swarmed. Now I'm not even trying. I don't think until now I've killed a single enemy with my mouse. My strategy of picking whatever I feel like is appropriate seems to be working. It'd be fun to see the mortars get stronger, given that they're just a giant bomb they throw out there. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, that's definitely a new record. We haven't taken actually any damage yet. Our shield is gone, however. The money is going up too. We have almost $3,000 from a single run. Tower's starting to take damage though. We're coming up to the 3-minute mark, but I think things are going to get progressively harder every 30 seconds. But our earnings also go up. Can we hit 3 minutes? We sure can. 3 minutes. We're still holding out strong here. I feel like I should almost just focus on whatever's closest to getting its evolution because they get really a lot stronger. EMP might be a good one because I think that just hits everything. Either way, it can get more damage to all enemies on screen. Its fire rate can go up once, twice, not quite 3 times. We'll also get the swords closer. They can get higher damage, higher fire rate. Let's put their damage up again. And with our last $231, we can still upgrade runes and hit timer. I don't know what that means either, but we are a lot stronger again. We've climbed past the 2-minute mark once again, coming up to 2 minutes 20 seconds. 2 minutes 35. I might actually change my mouse thing to shooting the nearest idiot. We did pay for the penetration for an expensive upgrade. I might as well use it. I think that would be better and lazier for me. We still haven't taken any damage. Our shield is still up. There it goes. We're coming up on 3 minutes once again. 3 minutes has passed. We got 5 seconds longer this time. Ooh, maybe closer to 7 seconds. We actually made it to 309. That was worth almost $3,800. EMP fire rate is going up to 2000 and it's evolved. So we give it the evolution of having a small chance to cause frostbite, dealing damage over time, or has a small chance to instantly defeat enemies. I mean, one instantly solves the problem, the other makes a problem die faster. So I think probably one shot. Sword's fire rate is going up twice and we get its evolution as well. When triggered, attacks in all directions, yes. As for the mouse, we're gonna get turret instead. So now when we're close, we should fire something at the nearest enemy. It's hard to see, but I think it is happening. Okay, yeah, we're firing the purple grape. So we're firing the purple thing like my, whatever it's called. You can just watch the enemy HP dropping dramatically because of my EMP. No matter where they are, they start dropping. This early on, we basically melt them. It's hard to say if this is working better, but we have more upgrades overall. So a lot of enemies are just dying. Our AoE and circular attacks are very strong currently. We're at 305, we still have our shield. Last time we made it to 309 in total, so we made it that far without even getting hit. We're well over halfway to our goal, and now we started to finally get hit, but there are a lot of slimes coming in. I feel like our new EMP upgrade was really strong. I think it was probably really strong before its evolution, because we're just watching all the health bars of the enemies, and they're just, by the time they even get to us, they're like, no HP. We've gone so much further. That was the single biggest increase for us. We lasted 42 seconds longer. And we got $5,600 for our troubles. Ooh, very important. Start an additional minute. Yes. Our mortar has not seen any increases whatsoever. Let's give it some damage and fire rate. Maybe damage and fire rate again. These are expensive. The bouncer I don't really care for right now. The runes, however, I think those are the ones just circling around my dome. The big upgrade there, we're starting at 2 minutes instead, but I'm okay with that. I can only play through the minutes so many times before I go insane. I'm hoping our mortar is really doing a lot of extra damage as well. It does feel really nice that it only takes a minute now to hit the 3-minute mark. Coming up to the 340-minute mark, and our shield still hasn't been touched. Okay, if the shield finally broke, we're starting to take damage again. This was about as far as we made it last time, so we're still going to make it quite a bit further again. I've moved my mouse out from the default position to try and get the bigger clusters of idiots. We're in the final minute. We clearly picked some good upgrades. 4 minutes 20 seconds, my shield regenerated. I didn't know it could do that on my own. I don't think I bought the upgrade for it yet. 4 minutes 24 seconds. We're almost 30 seconds to the end. $5,700. We're gonna get more fire rate, more damage. We can't quite get the last one, but more fire rate for the mortar doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. Attacks have a 5% chance to deal double damage. That costs $800. The runes, we're gonna get an extra projectile. We'll do that times 2. That does actually make a lot more damage circle around us. Coming up to the 4-minute mark again, I'm just going to leave my mouse right in the center. I think it might be better this way, because at least as the slimes get into range then, I'll hit whatever gets close to my tower. There's the 420-minute mark passed, so we're going definitely further. Although the slimes are just endless. There's 430, HP is dropping, so we're not quite there yet. 440, and we're dead. $6,000 though, so that means we get a max damage mortar plus its evolution. On explosion, sends 5 projectiles in a circle outward. Next I might work on the runes, so they'll get $1,000 damage upgrade, that's max damage, then get extra projectile times 2. This actually might be enough to get us to the end, depending on how good that mortar upgrade is. It's a 3-minute mark, none of these slimes can get anywhere close to my tower. We are drawing near the 4-minute and 30-second mark. My shield actually regenerated because the idiots couldn't touch it. I feel like there's going to be even more slimes. I feel like they're moving faster. They might be taking bigger hops toward me or something. 20 seconds left. Starting to take damage though. Come at me, stupids. I've got more time than you do. Survive for 5 minutes to win the game. You know what? I think we're actually going to do it this time. We got 5 seconds left and I still got 80% of my HP and our health just regenerated a little bit. I didn't even know I could do that. All thanks to the power of evolution. Congratulations and thank you for playing. You're welcome.